members of the diplomatic community, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the Georgetown Chambers of Commerce. I'm very pleased to be given this opportunity this afternoon to share a few moments with you, albeit virtual. I've also been told that our Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce will join you this afternoon, particularly to deal with issues surrounding small and medium enterprises. The business community in Guyana has proven itself to be adept and resilient. Emasculated from national development for more than a decade prior to the 1990s, it was crowded out by the public sector, subjected to import restrictions, starved of foreign exchange, and saddled with crippling power outages. The private sector persevered through the harsh times until the country's yoke of oppression was lifted with the rebirth of democracy in 1992. In the ensuing years, the business community has blossomed and is assuming its rightful role as a driver of national growth. The key to the business community's resilience was its ability to adapt to change. Ingenious ways were found to source goods, including spares. Small-scale trading allowed for the survival of commerce. And when the situation changed for the better, the business community positioned itself to make the most of the improving economic climate. Adaptation to change has indeed been the forte of the local business class. Guyana's economy is once again in the throes of change. The size of our economy is expected to more than double within the next 10 years. This will result in an expansion of economic activities and, by extension, great opportunities for the business community. I've expounded before on the plans of my administration. In addressing the Guyana Basin Summit on the 17th of March this year, I highlighted that, and I quote, Guyana is set to become an economic and energy epicenter in the Western Hemisphere. It is also destined to emerge as one of the most diversified regional economies, providing a treasure trove of economic opportunities. The country will be propelled not only by oil and gas, but by other sectors, including manufacturing, knowledge services, health services, digital technology, agriculture, tourism, and aquaculture. Those sectors will complement the traditional sectors, which are being modernized and which will retain their role as economic mainstays. The dynamic transformation will be driven principally by the private sector. Local and foreign businesses, working in tandem and sometimes in partnership, will act as the main drivers of economic output, efficiency, and competitiveness. These plans include the development of an energy corridor linking the Guyanas, the construction of mega infrastructural projects, shore-to-base facility, and the development of an industrial heartland on the west bank of Demerara. These and other transformative developments, which are being unleashed at present, will spawn greater economic opportunities for industry and commerce. The local business class must begin to position itself to become part of the national economic transformational revolution. It must put itself in a state of readiness to seize the opportunities arising from an enlarging economy and the revolutionizing of the productive services and manufacturing sectors. As I have alluded to on many occasions, economic transformation demands a new mindset. The private sector must begin to think bigger, bolder, braver, and brainier. In other words, it must become more ambitious, less risk-averse, and more innovative. There is no time to be lost. The COVID-19 pandemic has set back business prospects, but the impending economic recovery must become the impetus for the private sector to upscale its ambitions and upgrade its capacity. The business community must not only think local, but also regional and international. Guyana's economy is expanding and buzzing. The business community must grasp the opportunity provided by these developments so as to make inroads into regional and global markets. The expanding local market must become the springboard for extending local business communities' reach into large international global economies and markets. There will obviously be challenges to overcome. But the longest journey starts not with the first step, but the idea of the first step. The time is now ripe to germinate the seed for economic takeoff of local companies in order for them to expand their reach into regional and international markets. Guyanese have also possessed business acumen and entrepreneurial insight. Guyanese are known for their industriousness. By applying these strengths, there is no reason why Guyanese goods and services cannot become regionally and globally competitive. National Business Development Plan. In relation to our National Business Development Plan, my government remains supportive of the transformation which is necessary in the local business environment. Last November, I outlined a 7-point program for business development, recognizing the link between democracy and economic freedom, and between the latter and investor confidence. We have committed to ensuring democratic rights and freedoms are upheld. Bottlenecks, red tape, which is tedious, multi-layered official procedures and administrative gridlock, all carry additional costs for businesses and harm their competitiveness. As such, my government is committed to dismantling barriers which act as a handbug to business. This is also part of enhancing the ease of doing business. Among the measures to facilitate business, we will be implementing electronic single window for trade. This will reduce time and costs, simplify trade procedures, eliminate duplication and unnecessary redundancy. I've also discussed with the Mayor of Georgetown the development of a similar system for the processing of building permits and plans. We also recognize the harmful effects of crime on businesses, and we are formulating a robust anti-crime strategy to better protect businesses, communities, and citizens. Competitiveness is a passport to enhance business opportunities. In this regard, the government is committed to supporting the private sector's desire for greater competitiveness. Improved competitiveness requires a commitment to quality. The National Quality Infrastructure project aims to improve the quality of local products and services, thereby stimulating demand for them and bolstering the ability of local firms to engage in regional and global trade. Since assuming office, we have promoted cost-cutting and competitiveness-boosting measures. This includes the removal of VAT on water and electricity, exports, building and construction materials, and hinterland travel. We have also reduced the duty on industrial-grade cement and outlawed capital gains tax on the sale of assets owned for more than 25 years. The liberalization of the telecommunications sector has led to reduced costs for some services. This will translate to competitive gains for businesses. Businesses are expected to use these benefits to enhance their competitive standing. As we boost local competitiveness, we are also seeking expanded and new markets for local goods and services. Your government is unlocking increased market access. We are crafting a national trade policy to support competitiveness and diversification through the dismantling of barriers to trade and competition. Small businesses play a vital role in our economy because they're indispensable to economic development. They generate significant self-employment and help to sustain growth and foster the effective distribution of goods and services. As such, small businesses represent the arms and legs propelling our economy forward, sustaining employment and acting as a vital cog in the distribution, marketing, and consumption of goods and services of large businesses. I know that the membership of the Chamber comprises a large number of small entrepreneurs. Your government is committed to supporting small businesses' development. A Small Business Amendment Bill 2020 has been passed. The Act expands the range of procurement opportunities for small businesses. We have already granted small businesses 5% advantage in bidding for state contracts. Also, the maximum threshold for grants disbursed by Small Businesses Bureau through the Small Businesses Development Fund has been increased by 100%. We have committed to working with the stakeholders to improve small businesses' access to finance. In addition, our plans for small business development include the development of business incubators nationwide. The consumer is at the heart of business. Without consumer, businesses will flop. We, the government, will implement a raft of measures aimed at protecting consumers from unscrupulous practices, including unfair dispossession by hire purchase. As we do these things, we are increasing opportunities for businesses through the public sector investment program. We have designed an ambitious infrastructure program which will unlock untold opportunities for businesses, big and small. I'm sure that you are fully aware of the transformative infrastructural plans which are already on stream or are in the pipeline. I therefore need not recount these, but these must be added to the numerous opportunities in the oil and gas sector, and those which will result from the modernization of the traditional sectors, agriculture, fisheries, forestry and mining, and the catalyzing of new sectors such as ICT, tourism, and aquaculture. Your government is playing its part in ensuring a stable, enabling, conducive environment for a more competitive business sector. Government will support private sector development, but it will not babysit the private sector. Government will work to set the framework for fair competition, but it will not deploy overly protectionist measures. The time has come, therefore, for the business community to rise to the challenges which lie ahead. Government will take the steps to strengthen local competitiveness, but in the final analysis, as Dr. Debbie Mohammed of the University of West Indies once observed, countries do not compete, it is firms that do. Now it is up to you in the business class to prepare for the bold, new, challenging times ahead. A tsunami of opportunities is coming your way, and how you respond to it will determine your success. I know that 2020 was a difficult year, but I assure you that better is ahead. This is a time of recovery, rebounding, and a booming economy. The Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry must be congratulated for the work it has been doing in advocating for encouraging business development. The Chamber must take the lead in instilling its membership the need to think bigger and to act bolder and braver, so to make the best of the unfolding opportunities. Before closing, I wish to say that the government would also be supporting local investment in shore-based facilities. We will be supporting initiatives at the regional level to boost regional economies. For a matter of fact, when we talk about food security, we are already working on a project in aquaculture to almost triple our production of what is commonly known as swamp shrimp, a shrimp that is loved in the diaspora and has a big market opportunity. We have to start thinking outside of the box. In 5 years' time, before 5 year time, we will have the most competitive energy costs in the region. We'll have one of the most highly skilled and educated workforce. We'll have great healthcare services. We'll have great educational services. We will have better infrastructure. We'll have one of the most aggressive housing program regionally. Already, we have thousands of persons employed in the housing development that is taking place. We'll have one of the largest infrastructure ongoing portfolio in the region. These are things that will be happening just before our eyes. We have to prepare for it. We have to prepare for it. As a country and as a people, we have to support each other. We cannot always be suspicious of each other. We cannot always be negative about each other. Yes, we must question investment. Yes, It is important for us to understand the whole context in which development is taking place. But sometimes we spend so much time pulling each other down. And this is not confined only to the political arena. It is not only confined to the political arena. When we talk about local content is action, not only by government to ensure more opportunities are given to local businesses, but by local businesses encouraging and supporting each other wherever opportunities are. It is about local businesses and the local private sector coming together to create opportunities, to make use of opportunities, to help each other, to grow each other, to make each other more competitive. That is the only way Guyana will win. That is the only way we can build true local content. When the private sector becomes a supportive mechanism for each other. So today, I also ask you to rethink our local strategy. I ask the media and the private sector to sit down and to have a frank conversation. We cannot destroy each other with suspicion. Where questions are necessary, the questions should be asked and the answers should be provided. We are a top producer of gold. Where is our gold industry going? Are we forever going to be an exporter of the raw product? That is not the vision. We have the capacity to build the largest gold industry here. How is it we can bring all the players on the same table? The refinery, the skilled personnel, the miners, and build the largest gold market in the region that can be a major attraction for travelers, become a major wholesale market. These are the type of different, innovative, bold thinking that we have to embrace. But we can only do so if we build an atmosphere in which we can disagree with each other. But we must agree that the future of our country rests equally in all our hands. And maybe 10 small businesses cannot do it alone. But 400 small businesses coming together, looking at the bigger picture, bigger market and big opportunities, can create the environment in which we can build industries that are second to none. So once again, I wish the Chamber every success in the year ahead.